The media is lying to you about Travis Hunter, and I'm going to tell you why. The media will retort to two different things when discussing Hunter and why he cannot play both ways, and I think both of them are pretty lazy, if I'm going to be honest. Number one, they retort to, it's never been done before. Well, case closed. No point in even making a video. If something hasn't been done before, it can never happen. That's amazing. I love that. I love that analysis. Excuse me. And number two is there's going to be more snaps in the NFL. So it's going to be a more difficult job to get done. And that's not even fully true. So college plays at a faster pace. And college, there's also, to play both ways, there's a higher expectation in terms of percentage of snaps. And what I mean by that is, in the NFL, to play both ways, it probably means that you play 60+%. So you are playing not 50% each way, but you're playing a good majority of the snaps, close to 2/3 or higher, both sides of the football. In college, if you're playing 50% of the snaps each way, it's like you're not even really a two-way player. So the expectations in college are higher. The amount of snaps per game are also higher. The NFL does have more games, though. So at the end of the day, he probably will end up playing a couple more snaps in the NFL if he were to hypothetically be able to do it. But it's not the amount people are making out to be. People are saying there's 25% more games in the NFL. Well, when you factor in there's more snaps in a college game, it's like, okay, well, some of that 25% is getting eaten into. But regardless, there is somewhat of a paradox for Travis Hunter. Now, what makes him a great athlete? Number one, he is an all-time great cardiovascular athlete. And I'm including Olympians who run the 2-mile, anyone who does long-distance running. I think Travis Hunter is one of the best cardiovascular athletes of all time. What he's able to do playing at a 50, 60, 70, 80% capacity. Now, long-distance runners are not running north of 30% capacity. They're jogging. So Travis Hunter is doing something a little bit different than them, but it's nowhere near a peak capacity that he's playing at. He's playing at a kind of a jog to run pace, where everybody else is playing at a sprint pace, and he's just as good as them. Number two, the ball skills. He is great at high pointing the ball on offense and defense. And number three, and this is kind of a double-edged sword because he is very muscular for having that much cardiovascular endurance, but he actually is one of the lightest players from both a pure weight standpoint as well as a BMI standpoint, which factors in your height and your weight, that has ever been drafted inside the top 2. When we look at the past drafts, it's quarterbacks, it's left tackles, it's pass rushers. The rare wide receiver or running back that gets taken are big dudes. Julio Jones, 40 pounds on Travis Hunter. You are not taking a skill position player, and a quarterback's skill position, but you're not taking a running back, a wide receiver, a cornerback, a safety in the top 2. It just doesn't happen unless they are a physical specimen. Maybe Jeremiah Smith, when he's draft eligible, will be number 1 overall player, but he's a much bigger dude than Travis Hunter. And that kind of is the paradox of Travis Hunter because he can play all the snaps. I have no doubt that he can play all the snaps. But the issue is the amount of hits he's going to take on offense and defense. It's not double. Most people will say, oh, he's going to take double the amount of hits. It's not that simple because although he is going to take double the amount of hits, it's not as if one hit, you lost 25 XP of damage and your health goes down 25%, and a second hit takes you down another 25%. It's exponential. So one hit probably doesn't faze him. One hit, even if you're watching this video, if you're a normal person, you could probably take one NFL hit. You could probably take one and not be completely shattered in the hospital. Depends on who you are, but you could probably take one hit. The second hit is going to be more than double the damage of the first. And the third hit, it's going to be more than triple. It's exponential because every hit, you're bracing and you're not hitting them at full speed. Now you're jogging and your shoulder kind of hurts. So it's a lot easier to get in a collision when you're the one doing the hammering. Once you start becoming the nail, which he's going to be because he's going to take 3 hits on offense and then he needs to go in defense and stick his nose in the run game, now you're kind of easing up. And now you're like, I don't know if I really want to engage that block. And that's when you get hammered. That's really when you take the brute with the force. When you're indecisive, when you're already nagging a knee injury and you're still trying to give effort and you're still trying to be out on the field. So the hits are going to be exponential because he is going to be one of the lighter guys on the field. Now, a lot of you are like, oh, that's easy. Just gain some muscle. And yeah, he probably can. Naturally or unnaturally. I believe most of the guys in the NFL are unnatural, but that's a different video. If he does gain 20 pounds muscle and becomes, a strong player, now he loses the cardio. So now he can take the hits, but he's not going to take the hits because he's not on the field because he doesn't have the cardio to be on the field. So he has the cardio to be on the field, but he doesn't have the muscle and the high enough BMI to take all those hits. So do I believe he has the skill to play 100 snaps in a game? Yeah. Do I believe he's the cardio to play 100 snaps? And, I saw Richard Sherman talking about they're going to run him up and down the sideline. He's going to be tired. No, he's not. Travis Hunter's not going to be tired. Not more tired than anybody else. I'm not saying that he's going to feel fine, but he's in a phenomenal shape. He can, from a cardio standpoint, 100% do it. From a skill standpoint, he can 100% do it within reason. I'm not saying that he can lock up Jamar Chase, and then run routes on Patrick Surtain, but I'm saying reasonably he's at a high enough skill level, and he has phenomenal cardio. The issue is those hits are going to add up quickly, very quickly.